So, welcome to Spears of the Dawn, episode 8 of 10-ish. We'll see if that actually happens. Anyway, welcome. I am, of course, Arthur Perkins. This is AP Gaming Real, and we're going to talk about Spears of the Dawn. Now, Virgil, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing well this week. Had plenty of good roleplay. Sorry I heard about the terrible weather. Getting all up in your business. Uh,
All the time.
Damn planet with all its moisture and temperatures. Um, I didn't have too much of that. A little rain, a little work in the rain today, but it wasn't enough to get me soaked or stop me from being able to work. Yeah, lots of good roleplay in last week. A couple of shows on my channel. I think I did 3 shows. And yeah, looking forward to more great role play coming up this week.
Heck
Uh,
yeah.
we've got great stuff for this show, for Star Wars. Things are crazy and intense, so I'm looking forward to more of that. A lot of mysterious futures for all my PCs on all these games, which is exciting. So I'm ready to play to find out what happens, as they say in Dungeon World.
Okay. Dom, how are you doing this week? I think you killed some, giant tentacle monsters on Sunday, so...
Yep. As news continue, my grandfather passed away. We're doing some stuff around the house. With Craig getting a funeral together. Our pipes broke on Friday, so our house got flooded, but we have insurance, so it's fixing all that. Dealing with that. It's been actually funny enough, our top out of our top 10 customer to explode and throw a hissy fit. 3 of them showed up today, and it was actually mellow today, so I was very happy not being yelled at. So, yeah. And I got some giant shrimp on sale because apparently it got marked down half off. And I was like, yeah, I'm totally making me some seafood tonight, which I did, and it was delicious.
They
All
only have
right.
tiny shrimp around here, cold ass waters.
Gamer Siren, how are you doing today?
Good. Not too bad. Been controlled chaos the past week. Next week I have my interview. So I'm trying to prep for the unpreppable. All I can think of is wear some clothes that make you stand out. But don't scare the people.
So you're
So
telling me I should go to an interview just like this?
Send her your sunglasses.
I don't know if that would work for me, but I've got ideas, so did some cool role playing this week. No, wait. Today's Monday. Last week, yeah, did some other stuff last week. It was really awesome. Turned to a shark and ate people.
Waka waka.
That was good too. So it's been interesting.
All right. And TL, how are you doing? I heard that Loot Crate is launching the Firefly.
And guess
Great.
who's project managing that crate?
I figured
Your very
something.
own TL. Super excited. It's a every other month, so it's new, not just in the front ends and to the customers, but to how we do sort of bi-monthly things in the back end. So it's a big learning curve where there's a lot to figure out. When all of your systems are set up for monthly recurring, how do you throw this monkey wrench in there without disrupting too many things? So it's actually been quite an awesome experience seeing how to launch something brand new. My time at Loot Crate early on when I first started was in an area that I knew. I moved on to these limited edition crates, which is something new for me. So it's just been one amazing experiment and experience after the other. So excited about it. And Nerdist did a great job in pinging us on Friday, and it was such a pretty piece and a pretty picture. And now I had to watch Serenity because I was just getting all in the mood. So that was fun. And then got back from my cruise. Gotta say, so excited to at least did something new. But the big boat and I did not get along. I was dizzy up until Friday. And we got off the boat last Monday. So
Oh, did they not deploy the stabilizers?
So I don't know. It was just me being really sensitive to and Carnival Cruise Line, it's a massive ship. I mean, it's like
Yep.
5 hotels floating. So, I don't know about stabilizers or anything, but I felt everything and was dizzy starting Saturday. We left on Friday, and it didn't get any better until this past weekend. The learning lessons learned. I'm a landlubber and I don't have my sea legs yet, that's for sure.
Were you
But
just like so glad to get back on solid land? Like,
But I was,
were you
because I had
overjoyed?
heard if you feel the effects on the boat, you won't feel the effects on the land, and if you feel the effects not on the boat, you will feel the effects on. So I felt the effects on the boat, and I was like, yes, I'm on the land, it'll be great. And then about an hour after I sat down at home, I was sort of like rocked to the side, and I'm like, oh man.
Really?
I still feel the effects at home as well. So didn't matter for me. I was excited until I realized I'm still having this motion sickness. I was like, it was not calibrated for a week there. So we
Don't feel
made it
bad.
back. It was beautiful to be out in the ocean. I've never seen that before. So if you haven't had this experience, get yourself out into a place where the modernization just has not touched. I've never seen the ocean that blue color in my life. And standing out under the stars with a silver moon in the sky, and you can't tell where the water starts and ends and where the sky starts and ends, is just absolutely magical. That part was great. The club thumping and casino and the smoking, maybe not so much for me, but the other experiences where we had a quiet moment were actually kind of spiritual. It was really nice.
That's actually where they make the most money on cruise ships.
With all the clubs.
Spiritual
The casino.
spiritual
No,
moments?
the
Yeah, they
casino.
charge big for a spiritual
Then
moment. They hit you. You see the bill? They were like, we saw that.
Like, oh, what's that stargazing?
That's
Did you
why-
see Orion? Yeah, he's.
So the thing about cruise ships is that it's hard to make break even on them to like attract people, especially with so many different cruise lines. And so they will offer those like 70% off tickets in the last week just to get people who want deals, and then those people will gamble all that extra money away in the casino.
You will be happy to know that since I went with a bunch of nerds, we gamed a lot, both on laptops, even though we weren't connected at all, so we were totally off the grid.
Yep.
But we played Pandemic, taught newbies how to play Pandemic. That was a lot of fun. So we did get in some gaming, and then Sunday I'm excited. I'm doing a ladies, introduction to Dungeons and Dragons with a group of folks who've never played D&D before, a group of women that live around the area where I live at, and I just picked up a pre-baked module from my favorite game shop, so the games continued, although I'm not dizzy anymore, so that's good. I am sick, however. I can't catch a break.
Yeah. I think I'm losing my voice, unfortunately, so that's a thing.
I'm a little hoarse, yeah.
On my end of things, Saturday night or Sunday, it's hard to remember. I was like, man, I'm so bored. I need a new game, one that I can play off stream, one that will be engaging and fun and hopefully is also a shooter. And within moments of thinking that, an email showed up that said, there's a game on your Steam wishlist that's on sale.
Oh.
It was Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm currently stunning my way through that entire game.
Hell yeah.
So many people tranquilized. And then thrown into the sky on tiny balloons.
I love that part. I don't play Metal Gear Solid, but just seeing those videos is just hilarious.
The first time I sent a tank into the air was majestic.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, I'll wait for a really good sale, though. I'm not in a hurry to buy it.
I thought it was a pretty good sale.
Just Cause 3 looked just as ridiculous and fun.
I don't like Just Cause.
I haven't played any of them.
Terrible physics in
We
it.
got back into Mountain Blade.
Isn't it a new?
Oh, Mountain Blade?
I love it. That game is
That's a
great.
good physics engine.
I am super horrible at that game. There was a mod for the first one where like if you lance peasants, they would stay on the end of your lance and you would have to shake them off. And it got to the point where I had like 4 or 5 stuck on the end of the lance, and I was like, I should probably stop.
Tilt down, maybe? Just slide a few off there?
I'm so good at Mountain Blade as a commander. I'm like, archers on the top, infantry in front, cavalry come around with me on the side, and the enemy's like, oh, what's that? The commander and the cavalry are going this way, and then I'm like, infantry charge, and then everybody's like stuck, and then I'm like, cavalry, we're gonna run right through them, then turn around, wheel back, and do it again. And the AI's like, okay, that sounds like a pretty cool order. Let's do that thing. Damn, I love Mountain Blade.
There's an LOTR mod that my boyfriend is playing on, and then we just play on vanilla. It's a lot of fun, and I got this great glitch where in giant combat, 60 versus 60, there are people that glitch in the air, and then they fall from the sky with their horses.
How good is your computer?
I don't know.
Was it made in the last 4 years?
Oh yeah, it definitely.
You need to get a mod called Mountain Blade Sizer. Battle Sizer.
Mountain Blade Sizer.
If you think 60 versus 60 is a large battle, Battle Sizer lets you do 1,000 versus 1,000.
1,000 versus 1,000
yeah.
is gonna be a thing. I will let you know when that happens.
It's pretty sweet. You can do castle battles with your full army. So.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that.
Rather than just taking like your best troops, you bring everybody, and that way you can put all your shitty guys in front to eat all the arrows. So that when your Nords get up front, the Huskarls can be like, "Hey, what's up, dude? I got an axe."
Oh yeah.
We're also playing. I'm learning because I picked up the Warhammer, the 40k minis. I'm playing Dawn of War, Dark Crusade, that 4X strategy. So I love it. Fantastic. It's a great way to learn if you don't know the minis and play the video game, because it's pretty much one for one. So it's actually been quite helpful as a tutorial.
All right.
But yeah, strategy. I love strategy, real-time strategy, and obviously.
Mountain Blade, guys, pick it up. It's awesome.
Hey Arthur, can you give me a link to the chat? Just the chat block.
Yes.
And also,
it's working. The Twitch wasn't working for me a second ago. Yay!
And also, my friend's going to teach me how to make a computer next month. So yay!
Oh man!
A beautiful and dangerous moment.
Yes, I'm going to spend half of my tax refund on it, and it's going to be amazing.
Good for you, Dom. You should document that experience. I'd love to see how you go through and what you end up building.
Well, we already got the what's the name of it? The I guess the case order, because apparently it was on sale for like 25%, and she said it's a really good case. And I was like, you know what? I'm following whatever you say, ma'am, because I don't know anything about this.
All right. So there, we learned that Dom is doing the wise thing and letting someone who knows what they're doing help him build a computer.
Yep.
I built my first computer by scratch by hand, and I didn't paste the CPU, and so it was constantly overheating.
Oh no.
Yeah, I already told her that I want to buy extra fans just because my roommates are always complaining about their stuff overheating.
I want to just get a water-cooled.
That sounds interesting, that thing.
More fans is literally going to make the room warmer. It's going to disperse more hot air from the case into your room.
I need a heater.
That's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem if it's hot in your room.
Yeah.
It's cold in my room. I need heat.
Water cooled is going to more evenly disperse heat.
This thing, it sounds... I need to look into this.
Yep.
Oh, the water cooled units.
I have a water cooled PC. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Does it light up too? I've seen those.
Oh, yeah. It's an Alienware, so it comes built in with all the LEDs. I disabled that stuff.
Yeah, I would disable that.
On startup, it will, because I start my computer up first thing every morning when I don't leave it on for a month straight. On startup, it will go through the sunrise, so it'll go from like no LED on to like purple, and then like orange, red, yellow, white as it starts up, and that's pretty cool. But other than that, I never use it.
You get over it quick. I think it's
great. When I bought it, I didn't think I would use it, and I was correct in that. All right, so let's get started here. Previously on Spears of the Dawn, we jumped ahead in time, and then Karim and Naomi and Abelia all had things they wanted to outline during the time jump that they've developed over the last 2 weeks since the last episode. Oh shoot, the reason I mentioned Metal Gear had to do with Cottontailed in the chat, because she was talking about her hedgehog. You can find and tranquilize hedgehogs to bring back with you And I have
What?
tranquilized so many effing hedgehogs in that game.
Oh my
I've
god!
literally had it for 24 hours, and I've already stunned like 40 hedgehogs.
Oh my god! It's so
And then
sad.
I get like one hedgehog, and then I'm like, all right, I need to pay a giant pile of money for a helicopter to bring this one hedgehog back to base.
Metal Gear Solid.
I
5
never
Hedgehog
spend the
Rescue.
helicopter money for myself.
Best,
I don't-
best
Metal
hedgehog.
I
Gear
don't even
Hedgehog.
airlift
2015.
prisoners that
Yeah.
way. I just Fulton the prisoners, and occasionally they get shot and fall down and die. But with the hedgehogs, I always hand deliver them to the landing zone, often while under fire.
Oh man.
God save the hedgehogs. All right, so, yeah, Virgil and Gamer Siren. I believe you had some scenes with Karim and Naomi you wanted to outline for us.
Yeah. Do you want to describe the town a little bit more, just like right around that building? that we sit in?
Absolutely. Why don't we look at this amazing town that I've drawn?
What? Are you serious?
Yay! You drew a town.
What? That wasn't even a segue, guys. I didn't know. Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Not that I was waiting for someone to ask or anything. So the river borders, and the river is much more massive than how it looks here. It's several miles across. The river borders the northern end of the town, and it's open in every direction. There's a barn in the southwest where it's open on three sides, and it's not a barn like we would think of an American barn with, an A-frame and red painted walls. It's more of a clay kind of adobe structure with hay laid down. The hay is fresh, however, the barn is quite old, at least 40 years old. There's a large domicile is basically just, and I've been spending some time playing Metal Gear, so I feel pretty confident in saying it looks kind of Middle Eastern in its construction, as this kind of like sandstone clay combination with window cutouts but no glass in it. It also appears to be about 40 years old. There are no subdivided rooms. It's like a communal living space with various fire pits and facilities within it, but there's no walls inside of it. There's the barracks, and then the second inner salmon line, I'm going to say, it's like a pink salmon-y, is the second level like parapet area where you can climb up a ladder to get to, and then archers or magic casters could like fire out from this location. And the black square on the back side of that is the sunken brass door in the ground that leads to the secret facility underground where you spent most of your time last time.
Excellent.
So that's all that's there when you arrive.
Oh, question before
okay.
the time.
Go ahead.
Before the time jump, do I get my first aid kit?
I think, okay, so
Can we make?
I
a
think
first-
eventually
Yeah, we'll
you
make
will
one.
get and I don't think they're called first aid kits. I think they're called medical kits, right? No,
I
they're
really
not even
want
called
one.
that. I will outline it once the time has jumped forward. At some time during the time jump, you will have had one, but once we
Yay.
get to the other end of it, you will no longer have one for reasons I will explain.
No, fair enough. But the question is,
If you
will I be
want
able
it,
to-
you need to buy it.
but we never have any money.
It's called Healer's Kit. Well, that's not my problem. That's your problem.
I can't get a gerb.
Well, try not setting the
Look.
world on fire.
Borrow money from the GM, and it becomes his problem because you owe him money.
There you go. This headmaster job doesn't pay enough.
So we're by a
Is
river.
that rain sounds or just river sounds?
I like this one.
Fire,
That's crackling fire.
crackling fire and wind.
Campfires.
I need to.
I mean,
oh,
wait
yeah.
a minute. We're not going to do our normal intro of like the tale on the other side of the fire.
No, I stopped doing that at episode 5 because that was my
Aw.
last planned episode.
Fair enough.
Okay, so if we don't have any other buildings clear out, then the scene will start right down here in a tent, I reckon.
Okay, so you're starting on the south side of town.
Yeah, and we start on Karim sleeping. And I think it's early morning because we probably wake up really early. But then I lean over and I wake up Naomi with a big kiss.
Good morning.
Good morning. And it will be a beautiful day as well.
Yes, yes. You know, you never told me that you were so good with the spear.
It's because I always carry my bow and my sword.
Yes, yes. Well, what do we have today?
We will put on our finest, although it is not too fine. I start like getting dressed, and I have like just like a little like wooden clasp thing that I like change the way that my shirt is done. I don't know, maybe we've like colored some belts or something to put on. And I'm like, we have actually slept in, I'm sure. Abelia and Goffu are already at the temple.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we ready ourselves on like maybe there's just a little bit of sun splashing into the tent. And I like slip on my sandals and we head out into what we're using for a makeshift temple at the moment. Which is probably just the barn. Ye old barn. And yeah, we go in there. And do you have anything set up, Goffu?
Yes, I got like a new shipment of crocodile meat sent in from the my mother country.
Okay, so we go and sit on the crates of crocodile meat in our finery. And we have a small wedding ceremony. First, we like sing a small song.
Should I sing the song?
If you want to, yeah.
I don't know the
Nope,
words to this song.
Nope, you
Just
don't.
sing along.
I like the tune though. It uses that tune, but it's in. Oh gosh, where are you? It's not Lacosin. It's not. Sorry, Dom. Where's your character from again?
Lucosa.
He's from
Lakota.
Lakota.
Oh, he is Lacosa. Yeah, so it's in Lacosin. It wasn't what he said, but it was those notes because they were very beautiful. Dom, good job.
Dom sings one in Lacosin, and Evie will sing one in Mayuru. Hopefully a little bit better.
Yeah, and then boldly, Karim declares them the queen and king of no longer the Silent Lands, but the kingdom of New Hope.
Yay!
Yay.
And then we probably have some kind of small party celebration. Although I don't think we have any spears yet, so it's very quiet.
Yeah.
It's just us.
I think so, because we weren't going to skip very far. We're probably just like
Yes.
waiting on people to show up.
A super sweet, intimate ceremony.
And then we sit down to talk about splitting up jobs and work payloads. And the whole time I sit next to Naomi and hold her hands.
This is a very beautiful day. I'm so glad
I
we were
know.
able to share with our friends.
It may be
Go
customary for the newlyweds to have an adventure together, but since we're in the Silent Lands, maybe you should just stay here. Don't venture too far. Maybe we'll some other time. Maybe not.
Yeah, and I think we can fade out on the scene there. All of us like hanging out in the barn, probably eating crocodile.
Yum, yum,
Yep.
yum.
This is how the shipment came in. It came down the crate with like a little parachute. Let me have it, Arthur. It's magically sent.
Nope.
With love from the crocodile.
No. I mean,
And-
you can say that, but it's not going to drop from the sky.
You see like a bird fly by, like a giant like rock-like creature.
No, shipping to a remote location is very important to the economy of the local area.
Look, we will get it done eventually. Now that no one's around to ruin all the trade routes, everything should clear up. Right, Arthur?
For now.
Rather than answer that question, I'd like to ask, Who wants the next scene? Because I think there was some more stuff in the time hop.
Yeah, did we?
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this beautiful ceremony that's happening. We've spent, if not a few days, if not a few hours, maybe a few days, if not a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, where we are, getting used to the situation, and especially after Karim and Naomi's wedding, Ebelia would start to become even more set on the idea of, I guess, a bad choice of words, but set on the idea of performing the ceremony to become an Eternal. I think after getting there and seeing what had happened when that first Eternal lady kind of came out and socked us all good without even touching us, and then recognizing as she, stands out either at night looking out or, in the daytime when we're all talking business, that how would she protect this with just her, She's made quite a mess of a few things. And so with the pieces of the documentation that she did retrieve before they left Amavo, I guess they were exiled, during the time she would start now, and Arthur, of course, would leave it up to the illustrious DM to figure out how long it takes altogether, but she would definitely be starting. And so you would see her gathering, reading her documents and gathering the right ingredients and learning the proper way to execute this ceremony without having to involve her friends, especially in such a happy time with Karim and Naomi, finally getting together, and Goffu not being forced into arranged marriages of his own. She doesn't want to cause any drama. So that would be her plan. Is there a place to go? If Naomi, you start setting up your temple, is this a place where a quiet spot to go? Do I have to leave, and walk a few miles away? I don't know how that goes.
I wouldn't suggest that.
I
Don't go
would.
away.
You see Goffu, I guess.
I don't know what it would entail, but it would definitely entail her not involving her friends initially.
Yeah, hide in the barn. I mean, that's where we do most stuff, I think.
I guess
We
during
don't
this
have
time,
very many buildings, Arthur.
Not
But,
most.
or the underground place that we had come from. I just don't know how. Depending on what the ceremony required, does it need to be outside or inside? If it's inside, then underground would work just fine.
Let's get some
Hey.
quick dirt on this ceremony, Arthur.
I
You
do
tell
have-
me how you want it to go. Just remember, at the end
I
of the
think
ceremony,
she's just waiting for you
you're
to...
going to have a craving of human flesh, and more importantly, you're going to have the unstoppable urge to disregard all the humans.
How long
emotions.
does it take? Is it
I think
a
he's
year for
giving
me to
you
learn?
author...
You
the
develop the
author.
Okay.
ceremony yourself. You tell me how far does Abelia go?
I'm
All
guessing
the way, son.
while the
Tell us,
ceremony,
I want to hear what the ceremony is like, even if Karim doesn't actually know about... I mean, Karim knew a quarter of it, I guess, right? Yeah.
Everybody, if you could read the documentation and you did take time to read it, you would have a quarter of what the ceremony was. But yes, I think there might be a lot of moments where Ebelia spent time to herself, but if the required ceremonial pieces were accessible, then she would have to do it that way. She's not trying to be obvious. So if it takes some time, if it takes a year, if it takes 2 years to put all the pieces together, she's willing to take that long. That seems about right. Like something this big might require, I don't know,
Yeah, let's just do the
Like
scene.
dead
Like,
Eternal?
we're going to jump 3 years, right? So we can do the scene
Yeah.
where you're turning
you
into an
tell
Eternal,
me.
right? Yeah,
Yep.
so your
That's
decision.
pretty much it.
Don't wait on
Yeah.
Arthur. He's just waiting for us to finish these scenes so he can start his
Yeah.
thing.
So
Right.
boom, she starts it, and then if we do the time jump, hopefully it'll be successful. I don't know. I'll roll
Yeah,
it.
it'll be successful.
It's definitely successful. You can just author a scene right now if
Yeah.
you want, but if not,
you,
we can just skip
you
it.
can
I
tell
just
me
thought that
how
you
it
wanted
goes
to do it.
down.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you tell me what's involved in
Yeah.
becoming a monster.
What is involved in becoming a monster?
Yeah. Make it up.
for Delia is
This is why I wanted
actually
to do it all of us, so we could have a crazy
not-
scene where we have to like kill a goat or something.
No, it's not quite what. After reading all the paperwork, I realized this isn't as disgusting looking or sounding or tasting as I thought it'd be. It requires very few implements and very few materials, but that's not the part. It's the sacrifice that I would have to make, and I think in order to go well, I believe, in order to become eternal, that I have to die and then return as an ever-living creature. I hate to use the word undead, because I was actually dead. But when Evelia is ready, it's in her own room, actually, in a place where she's comfortable, setting out all of the required implements and materials before her, lighting an incense and some fire, and thinking about her family. A lot of this requires knowing with the clearest of vision what you will be leaving behind and giving up, and accepting that you could be lost forever. And when you're doing these ceremonies, there isn't anyone to tell you it's right or wrong, or it's yes or no. It really is just based on the faith that you have. And not just that, because this is not about faith to your religion or your God. This is I'm going to die and then live forever. This isn't a thing of beauty or a resurrection. This is meant to be dark. So she's wrestling with that and thinking about it and thinking about you guys. She just takes this amazingly ornate, I think, what was it that lady had? She had some her cuffs or her whatever.
Yeah, she had like bangles around her hand and like snake things for her hair.
Okay. So somehow fashioned those things into sort of like sharp points, and in a flash just drive the whole artifact. You'd think right into a heart, but no. She has to drive the whole thing just straight through her neck. No
That
crying
seems like
out.
it would leave a pretty considerable scar, too.
Yes, it would. Yeah, it's not meant to be. This particular ceremony and this particular documentation says it's not meant to be where you'll be 100% beautiful at the end. You have to have some little note of your path, and so this scar on the side of her neck would be. And this is not a like, oh, stab it in and pull it out. I mean, this is deliberate plunging into the neck all the way through to the hilt.
All right. So you've gained a number of flaws in this process. The first of which is that even though you are sustained regularly by blood, you're going to need to consume a human adult once every 3 months to remain in perfect condition. The second is that you have a hateful repulsiveness of all living things, whether it's green grass, simple beasts, living human beings, or even running water. You attempt to shy away from them as much as possible. And the third is that you just can't die now, ever.
I
might not actually
imagine
be
that
a flaw.
part being repulsed by all living things, and I'm not a fangirl, but this is the first image that came to my head is in Twilight, where the guy is like, ugh, human, I want to eat you, but I can't, and he just has this look of pain on his face all the time.
Yeah, it's rough.
That would be, yeah, it has to be that struggle. that kind of thing.
I mean, that struggle will literally be played out with numbers and checks, but yes.
Right, and it does say that those Eternals, some of them, not all of them, can at least sustain enough willpower to live amongst and operate amongst humans.
Yeah,
Because
I
it's
mean,
not a
that's
thing where
literally
you
what
have
it
to
says.
hide. Yeah, you don't have to hide away in your creature of the night. You could actually, roll yourself into society, just with a lot of very concerted effort.
Yeah. It's almost word for word what is in the text. Was there any more scenes that people wanted to play out?
I do have 2 scenes.
Okay.
One, is it blacksmith to make a secret vault, or what skill would that be?
I think blacksmith would be reasonable.
Yeah.
You're not rolling any checks. It's just a scene.
Yeah, I'm just like putting together, digging the extra like vault, like a secret compartment inside the regular vault where we're gonna have the like cursed items hidden. That
Okay.
and I guess the guys are kind of walking out. What are you doing, Goffu? Oh, I'm just messing around. Anybody want to chime in or?
Like maybe I go down there to store some stuff, and I'm just like, "Oh, you've removed some of our walls. What are you doing, Goffu?"
I've been thinking ever since I saw that mirror. I think it's pretty dangerous, but we can't destroy it because we don't know if we release something. So I was thinking we make a second vault within the vault. Because who's going to look for a second vault inside a vault?
Well,
Huh?
I mean, hopefully no one's looking in the vault, right? Except for us. But yes, I mean, I didn't like the look of that mirror one bit. The more doors it's behind, the happier I'll be. So good thinking.
Yes. Fortunately, I'm not really good at trap making yet, but I've been practicing.
Well, I'm worried more about murdering Eternals than thieves right now. So hopefully you have plenty of time to finish.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
Well, that's all I really need for that scene. Second scene, Spirit Way. Is that the only priest can do that? Can anybody do the Spirit Way to talk to spirits?
Yeah, that's a priest thing.
Okay, because I wanted to see if I could talk to the my goddess or patriarch.
Gods aren't actually spirits, and this isn't the kind of fantasy where you like speak to gods.
Well, it's more
you
or
see
less
their
that.
signs, but you don't like commune with them directly.
Well, it's one of the spells I actually tap into her divine wrath when I bring down the spell, so I wasn't sure how that would work.
Yeah, that's literally. I mean, wrath is just hatred.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you scratched the second one.
I mean, we can have a scene where you're like praying to Oya, wanting the blessings of her immense wrathful judgment and thunderous dissonance to smite your enemies with.
Fair enough.
Wow, that was some words right there. And yeah. Abelia may have stabbed herself in the neck, but you're never going to beat the guy who, when asked what he was going to do, immediately cut his eyes out in order to save his party members.
Craig is the man for
Oh
that
my
one.
gosh.
Oh my
Wow.
I was like, here's a terrible situation that's been outlined. What do you do? And he's like, oh, I cut my eyes out, and then I walk out of the room. I was like, well, that's not the answer I expected, but sure, that worked perfectly.
And now he's an oracle. That's fine.
What was that?
He was in a Cyclops like religious holy center, and in order to enter the room, you have to be blind, and not just like with your eyes closed. You have to like actually be blinded, like your eyes can't see. And so they got around that by like dismissing blindness spells on each other once they got inside. But there was a whole bunch of enemies in there that were killing people, and there was a device inside that was sucking people's souls out, and half the party had their souls sucked out. And so he recovered the device without having his soul sucked out, but in the process, he got blinded by one of the enemies, or he was not blinded, right? And so now he can't leave, and he's getting his ass kicked, and he's just like, I cut my eyes out so I'm blind, and I walk out of the room. Pretty sweet. Pretty
That's a
awesome.
pretty awesome moment.
It was-
And then did he like just turn and like walk into the door frame?
Yeah, well, see, there were no walls in.
He's on. I walk out like a
Sorry.
badass.
There's only walls in this facility, no doors. So, like when you are blinded, you can see a doorway, but it's not physically there. You just literally walk through a wall.
So he could see it, no problem.
Yeah, he could see it once he cut his eyes out. Yeah.
Yep.
That was hardcore. Anyway, that's not relevant to what we're talking about right now, but if you want to know what we're talking about, head over to YouTube and watch them Skulls and Shackles. That was like episode 32, so that's pretty deep in there.
It's just
And I'm
nice to
guessing over the
nominate.
years, I'm
He
starting to
wins
collect
the
books.
Academy Award, but being nominated for Throat in the Neck. Okay.
Oh yeah, throat in the neck category. I feel
Throat in the
like
neck.
some of these award shows have gotten that level of specific about awards too. So you were saying, Dom, over the years?
I'm probably collecting books and stuff, and I'm gonna try to focus to be the headmaster and teach the younger.
I mean, how many kids do you guys actually have come out here?
But
Well,
when they
make
are
one.
here,
What?
I mean, how many do you guys bring out there?
I don't know. Tell us, Arthur. Who comes?
I don't know. You tell me. Like,
No, we have lots of spears coming, and we send as soon as we get.
okay,
some,
you
we
may
send
have a
some
lot of
back.
spears coming, but how many?
You
kids
didn't let
are
me
you
finish.
bringing?
You didn't let me finish. I send some of them back to tell people with spears with families that they should bring their families here
Yeah.
because there's housing and free,
We
land.
get better at this.
Free Wi-Fi.
doing our
Yeah,
own
we
little
offer free
get
Wi-Fi
into
and
some
coffee
sort of-
refills.
This is
Coffee.
horrible. It's literally, if anyone actually watched the Spears of the Dawn GM prep I did a couple of weeks back, you'll know why this is a terrible, horrible idea. But yeah, sure, we'll go with it. Yeah, you bring a bunch of children with you. Goffu's very busy teaching all of the kids.
It's fine, Arthur. It's fine. I mean,
Well,
I would just say.
So they're safe from Evie.
I was just saying that they're allowed to bring their family, and it's not going to be like just spears that live here, because that would be a problem.
Yeah.
It has. I mean, in order to grow and be sustainable, you have to have all
Walks of life.
walks of life, right? With all kinds of knowledge bases. And to
So
be
I
able
would
to-
hope in 3 years we would have like a nice little population.
Okay.
This is
And
gonna
like I said,
end badly.
LV, what is it? The planet where they're like, yeah, send the settlers there to that planet where we got the distress beacon and alien. They'll be fine.
Nobody's gonna survive.
And LV 427. Yeah, it's good.
All right. Are we finished doing scenes? Can we move to the present?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Dump. Oh yeah, I apologize, guys, because you'll see.
Why don't you tell us what you look like in the present, Goffu, now that you're a teenager?
You see me, I picked up muscle mass because my constitution got stronger. You see me, I've been practicing with using a melee weapon because, magic can't fix all your problems. Because I've been practicing with Karim, he's been teaching me sword play over the years. Just basic stuff. I'm not really a pro at it, but, I can actually use a sword just in case. And I'm like just practicing, and I've been like picking up books. Like I'm thinking I'm probably at Kareem's height, but probably probably about Kareem's height right now.
Yeah, you've grown like a foot or something, like or more maybe in the last. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I'd
I'm
like to think
probably-
we get like Goffu, and then like when you pan over, you're like, oh, Kareem's just like the same height. You don't even have to like pan up.
Yeah, and I see I probably got my mohawk going, like kind of like a dreadlock mohawk. Because if you ever see, no one played Street Fighter 4 before, have y'all?
Yeah, I mean, not in a while.
Okay, kind of like the S Viper, kind of like everything's like in the braids, but in the mohawk form.
Okay, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and still green hair, a little bit tamer, but a little bit rebellish. He has like a more bro-ish outfit, and he has like a liter of alcohol next to him right now because he likes to sip the rum.
Okay. Did
I'm
you
looking
say
up what
rum?
the character looks
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what-
there's
what-
no rum. 'Cause
how would you make rum?
you don't have sugar cane.
I thought you can make rum out of anything. You can make rum out of watermelon. You didn't know that?
I
No.
don't
I have
think you can
watermelon
make.
rum over here. You can make rum out of, well, not really potatoes. Any type of fruit you can make rum out of it, as long as it's sugarized.
Well, you can make alcohol, but it's not.
You can make
Rum.
alcohol. Rum specifically requires sugar cane.
The one I'm looking at, I see rum. I got rum watermelon right over here.
Yeah, I'm sure it's flavored
It's a,
with
it's a
watermelon. or
watermelon
something.
that has rum in it. It's not
I was
rum made out
lied
of
to.
watermelon. It's not that you've been lied to. You just
You were just
parsed the
confused.
sentence incorrectly.
About
Like, we
what-
will
yeah.
play fantasy
Fantasy alcohol
fantasy
making?
RPG on the Puerto Rican island, and then you can have all the rum you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. I
Puerto
have
Rican
some kind of
version,
alcohol.
Spears of the Dawn.
I have my own alcohol sustain right
It's some
next to
form
me.
of grain alcohol. 'Cause
There you go.
You also don't have
Corn,
potatoes.
maybe?
Fine. Grain alcohol. Ruin my fantasy, Arthur.
You're trying to ruin mine. You're trying
Yeah,
to be
you're-
like,
you're
I've got watermelon rum.
Yeah,
And I get
don't
a
have that.
crocodile meat parachuted from the sky from the
As a
distant clouds.
connoisseur of rum, with it being my favorite thing to drink, I like to be ultra specific on how it's created.
I just like to be specific with most words, so yeah.
Right.
I'm all over the place, so you know.
So, in the bottom left-hand corner of our television screens, it's fully black, and then the words "the present" pop up in some sort of like hyper spacey text, and then there's like a timer that's saying it's like 23:45 Zulu time. The Kingdom of New Hope, Toxburg Command Barracks. And then we hear like men shouting like, "Ah! Fall back!" And then you hear like that we've come to associate with like fire magic being used.
Yep.
And then we see, someone not running, but also not walking, like striding confidently. We only see the legs, and then like a spear being used almost as a crutch. And then the camera like zooms out. And pulls back, and we see it's someone from behind. It looks kind of like Karim used to, but it's hard to tell. And then this person like enters the barracks, and inside we see Karim, Naomi, Goffu, and Abelia like looking over a giant map of the area. And the camera comes around, and we see that this person's wearing an eye patch. It's actually Raugo Ruko, who was the leader of the Spears back in a farm,
Yeah.
in a
He's my
Mavo,
boy.
And Mavo. mhm.
and he's like, "That's it, Goffu. We've used the last of the healers' kits.
No.
The outer markers, we've fallen back everywhere. The Eternal are overwhelming us. I don't know how long until they get here, but it looks like that Kuise fellow wasn't kidding when he said he was going to kill us all."
Oh, snap.
Kuise is an eternal?
Yes.
Or no? Yeah.
He's
he-
like,
he told
"Yes,
us-
we've explained this to you before, Karim.
That wasn't
I don't
in
know why
Kareem's voice.
but
damn
I'm doing it in character so that it's. Listen, I literally just saw this happen on a
Ask me to
TV
say it
show.
in Kareem's voice next time.
Listen, it happened in Gallivant in this week's episode where someone was like
Well-
outlining what happened, and then
Is this guy an eternal? There.
Timothy Omenson is like, "No, of course we explained all this to you last night." So Raugo
Yeah, Rigo,
Ruko.
as you know.
Raugo
Whoa.
Ruko, again, he's got his eye patch on. He's like, "Yes, Karim, I've explained this to you quite a few times. He is an Eternal. He's an Eternal Lord that was awakened in the Borderlands. And now he's set his sights on destroying the city. He's spent the last 6 months traveling, attempting to stop our teams of spears that try to assassinate his men in the night. He's been awakening as many Eternal as he can, gathering an army. And that army looks like it's here."
Dude.
We must find a place to make a final stand and make sure that all the young and everyone else are protected. probably in here. We're in our underground base, right?
No, this is on the first floor barracks,
Okay.
not the underground base. And so Rao goes like, "We've already sent back all of the children to stay with Ubuntu and Kiri. He's down in the underground base in the back of the shelter."
Okay, so I like point at the map and I'm like, this was the last location that I had the men guarding. How far back have they fallen? Like trying
So
to figure out how close.
he like pushes aside some beads that serve as like a bead curtain, and you can see that there's like an Eternal fighting
Oh,
someone in
God.
the street just
Yeah.
outside.
Oh, they're right there.
Okay.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's got his spear and he's like trying to put it in the dude's mouth because he's like, ah.
Okay. Gosh, I can't remember how far I can run. But if I can reach that guy without having to, like, I'd like to run up and try to chop him. But if I couldn't do that, I could probably try to shoot him, right?
I think your speed is what, like 20 meters around? You can go 60 feet or 120 feet if
Oh,
you do
yeah.
nothing. So yeah,
60
if you want to, we can enter initiative here.
Yes. I would love to enter initiative. I almost
Right.
took a thing to give me better initiative, but then I didn't.
So let's have everyone draw their little
Sure.
characters, and we'll put
Again?
them inside the box here.
Okay. let's
I
see.
need another chance to draw my character down.
Actually, I can copy the old characters over.
Ah,
If you don't want to have that happen,
We should
guess
have.
not.
I should have cut
Okay.
and paste those pictures. I'm sad now.
I think it was just a
well, some people actually did paste and cut the pictures themselves, and it's not my fault if you didn't do that. See, we have a little Karim token here.
See that?
He looks
Fair
very
enough.
quizzical with those eyebrows.
Ah,
Looking people over.
Cottontail. That's the best artwork, seriously.
Gosh. Is it just a straight D20 or something?
For initiative, it's a D8 plus your dexterity modifier.
Oh, D8. Okay, D8 plus 1. Excellent.
Yay.
Oops, that was a D6.
I am.
That's better.
Do I get my token from before or no?
I mean, I asked if people wanted it. I can go grab it for you.
Yay! I don't feel like trying to draw that hair again. And I probably have to take off my glasses because my hair is green in that one.
I can't select my square.
You just can't see your hair because of your glasses.
Well, I made my hair green, so
Yeah.
my glasses are green. So it's like I can't
Just
see my hair.
chroma keys them out.
Yep. And this map looks a lot different now after taking off the glasses.
Oh, that's what color those things are.
Yeah. So, can we get a D8 plus your initiative, your dexterity modifier for Naomi and Abelia?
Four.
All right. We got some rolls that are happening.
Oh, you gave me a handout for that thing, right?
Oh, Karim, looks like you're acting first, unsurprisingly. So, yeah, there are 4 Eternals currently that have broken past the defensive line of the last of the spears and are currently rampaging through the center of town, heading directly for the food source of the town, which would be the old, the sick, and anyone who can't fight, who are all in the communal barracks, and they're running right past the garrison.
They'll have to eat me first, Arthur.
Well, Karim, what do you want to do?
I want to run up. I would get to this one if I can. I think that's about 60 feet, yeah?
It's way
Sure.
less than 60 feet. It's about
Okay,
30
great.
feet.
I'll go over. In fact, I'll go even over here.
Okay.
Like block off their entrance. And I'm gonna take a swing at this guy. So I'm doing a D20 plus my attack bonus plus. Whoops, that's not how you write that. Slash roll D20 plus 5 plus 1 for the magic sword plus what's his AC? Their
His
AC? Its AC?
is 7. So he's not wearing any clothing. None of them are wearing any clothing or armor. They're just running around naked, their flesh hanging loosely from their bodies. Some of them already have some battle damage where they have cuts that don't bleed or broken limbs that have no bruising.
Okay, so I'm like, everyone rally behind me. Do not let them break through. And then I'm like, back foul beasts. This is our land now. Boom.
Okay,
Huge
yeah, it's
hits.
going to hit.
Bam.
So I get is it a D8 for the blade and then
D6 for the fire.
For the, D6 for the blade because I have a smaller one now.
Okay.
Right. And D6 plus fire. I don't know why I did it like that, but oh my goodness!
So, let's
Not
see
Virgil
here.
tonight.
It's only getting Virgil if I make an epic speech first.
Uh-huh.
I've
I'm
rolled
good with
good
that.
in this game usually, so I'm stoked. Yeah, I like make flashing, like searing slashes across this thing with my blade.
All right, now there's something special about Eternals that I apparently missed last time. Someone pointed it out to me. So
Oh.
thanks for that.
They reflect 75% of damage back
No,
to the
but this
attacker.
will apply to Abelia as well. I believe they take minimum possible damage from piercing weapons because they don't bleed.
Yep.
This is a short sword. Oh, no, wait, this isn't a short sword because it's the fire sword. So whatever that is.
The fire will still deal damage, but it's still a piercing
but it's
weapon.
the piercing. Yeah, the sword is piercing.
Yeah, Eternals take minimum possible damage from piercing weapons.
I
So
thought
it's
I
only
thought-
gonna
I
take
thought
one
magic
damage
override-
from the sword.
I thought magic overrode that though.
No,
I thought the swords were slashing and the bows were piercing.
there's no. I mean, this isn't. I mean, there isn't like piercing, slashing, bludgeoning.
I thought
It's
there was.
either a rounded weapon or it's
Right.
a.
Oh, I
piercing
see.
weapon.
No. My
Cutter
So-
was.
All right.
So he still takes full damage from the fire. So tell me how you kill this thing with fire.
Yeah. First, I'm just like hacking at its body as it's like trying to reach me, and I'm just like chopping away at the limbs. And then finally, I'm able to get in close enough where I can get like a full cut across the blade, severing like the back, fully through the neck, through the back of the spine.
Okay. On their turn, the remaining three, seeing a very well-built human figure who appears to have a lot of blood and is in good physical condition, all three of them are still running forward, but then they do the zombie veer, where all of them like turn in formation and begin running toward Karim. At a certain point, all three of them seem to just leap and lift off of the ground and collide with Karim midway through, just diving at him using runkus.
I Kareem off of them.
I do have a
Does
thing.
that give me
Oh.
bonus defense?
Oh.
Yeah, actually, only certain things does piercing damage. They got it in the equipment that you have to have an asterisk against if it does piercing.
Yeah, that's because that's what I was confused because my bow says pierce or something.
Yeah. Swords do regular damage.
Okay. Well, it's just as dead either way.
Yeah, it's doubly dead. I say actually.
Yeah.
They want a piece of that cream.
So what is
Piece.
Kareem's armor class?
Armor class. It went down to 6.
Okay.
Up to 6. It got worse to 6. is what it did.
So the two on the outside of this formation are using their runkus, which are two-sided war staffs. and one of the sides is ill-weighted, so it's got like a big stone fitting that goes over the top of it to make it like shatterable and give it more counterweight. And they're using like that end of the staff to like try to hit you in the legs and force you back. So the third one in the middle, as he lands just full on in the chest, trying to shatter your rib cage. Let's see here. And that's 5 points of damage.
A mighty blow. Yeah, I can just press -5, right?
Okay. Naomi and Abelia, you're both acting simultaneously. What would you like to do?
I would like to cast Find Mortality on the nearest Eternal.
Okay. So you begin shouting out its weakness to everyone around.
Yes. Which is...
Oh, I mean, it's specific to that particular one. Like, you notice something perhaps about the way its ribs are exposed or the way its, like, leg is dragging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it's not like a universal thing where you're like, yes, I know this about all Eternals forever.
All of the Eternals, all the things. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just going to yell, with this next one here, he's favoring his leg. You should probably attack, its knee so that it can,
Sweep
so
the
you can take him
leg.
down faster. Yeah, sweep the leg.
Johnny, sweep the leg.
Wax on.
All right, Abelia, what are you doing?
I am. We're level 5 now, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I am going to sing a song as long as we're level 5, because I get one song each time I gain a level.
Oh, I
don't
forgot
have
too.
to-
I completely forgot. That reminds me. I get +2 to damage and +1 to attacks now. Thank you so much for
Okay.
reminding me.
This is a song for my wildcats, and it's called "Praising the Enduring Warrior." And so Rebelia is not afraid, so she's actually just out kind of in the battle. Wherever she is, she appears to be able to see all of her allies. She is not afraid, which has been uncharacteristic for Rebelia in the past, but she seems to be unfazed. The first time she faced Eternal, I think she was pooping in her pants, but now she seems to be quite resolute. But all of my allies, except me, who can listen, so I'm assuming as long as they're not deaf, they gain 1d8 hit points plus 1 hit point per level of the Grio, even if it raises them above their usual maximum.
Okay, well. Why don't you roll that
1d8
1d8?
plus 5? Is that what it is?
Yep, roll.
It would be 1d8 plus 5, right?
Yep, roll
Dang.
that. See how
So
much
at
of what it
least,
gets.
at least 6.
And which song was that?
It's called Praising the Enduring Warrior.
All right.
1d8, just 1d8, and then I add 5 in. Or should I just do 1d8 plus 5 now?
Add it in. I'm going to look at the
1d8
number.
plus 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
12.
Okay, so everyone gets 12 hit points. And if you're already at max, you'll get an extra 12.
Yeah, my bars. You can see my
Awesome.
health bar goes farther than it should. That's amazing.
This ends 10 minutes or at the end of a battle, whichever comes later.
Okay.
And then your excess are lost. So kind of like, if you had excess, they were like temporary hit points, but if you needed them, then you keep them.
Oh, I need them.
That's my
so many hit points.
my daily spell.
That's a good roll on that one.
Goffu, what's happening with you?
I'm trying to understand the wording on the spell. Naga of the Terror of the Veil. It says that I may arc lightning, allow allies an obstacle, but each target must be visible and far away than the prior target. Doesn't really give me Like, how far away do they have to be, or?
It says farther than the prior target. So if you're 10 feet away from the first target, the next target has to be 11 feet.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm gonna step out. You see me start calling some lightning. You see me bring out a little mouse out of my
Oh my
backpack and be like, Peek,
Cute.
and I start shouting, Pika Pikachu! And lightning comes down.
Are you sure that's Lacosin?
So you're only going to be able to hit 2 targets, right? Because one of them
Yeah.
has to be farther than the other.
Yeah.
Okay. So which 2 are you going to hit? Is it...
I want to hit the ones that doesn't have the effect of the bonus thing right now.
What bonus thing?
That Naomi is pointing out.
Okay, so the bottom 2. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And they get a reflex save against this.
I don't think it's a reflex save.
It's
That's not
an
a thing.
evasion. Evasion.
Okay.
And if they make it, they get half.
Neither of them make it. So they're both destroyed.
You see Goffu got his shield out. Yes. Pika P.
All right, Karim. As you're watching these 2 explode in the lightning bolt next to you, Rufo is like looking at the ground and like stabbing his spear down in slow motion, and then he turns towards you and he's like, "There's one under the ground, Karim. Watch out!"
What?
do you
Just
do?
like old ones for left over? God damn it!
Also, I can't move a token.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, since it's not a token, if you want to have something to move, you're gonna have to
Catch it again.
create it yourself.
I don't see
That's
the
it.
standard more enemies appearing. Do I see any? Or
No,
just hear
he said that there's one under the ground.
Oh god
So
damn
what
it.
are you doing?
I go underground. Is that a thing?
It would be if you had the spell that lets you do that.
Oh, no, I don't. So I'll just keep fighting where I live on top of the ground. So I actually have one more to add into there because I got a new Idahun for my warrior leveling up. So come on, baby. Oh my god, I'm so good at this game.
Oh my god. I guess it makes up for all the times that you were not.
Can't fight.
And so, yeah, and then I get +2 on damage if I'm using a sword only. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
good at rolling dice today.
I also praise you as an enduring warrior. Good job, Karim. Way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I go
Way to
like full
endure.
ham. I'm like kind of panicking because I don't know what he means, Arthur, when he's like, they're underground. So I'm assuming that they're like reaching up to grab my ankle. So I'm like dancing around and I just barely manage to like wedge my sword like up into this thing's skull and then like wrench the whole skull off with like a twisting motion.
Interesting. Are
that's
we
how golf
missing?
was made.
We're missing somebody's token. Who are we missing?
Abelius.
Abelius? Yeah.
I'm this little green circle.
Oh.
Little green circle.
Yeah,
Behind.
right next
All right,
to
you're hiding.
Goffu.
All right, got it.
So cute.
I don't know how to draw in roll 20.
Don't mind me, I'm just a bubble bot.
Oh, just a bubble.
You turn
Alright.
you gave it little angel wings and a halo, Arthur.
Gonna become a
You're like,
Navi.
this one's in heaven now.
This is a Navi.
No, this is a new one that's popping
Oh,
out of the
okay,
ground to kill
okay.
you.
It's not a cherub.
No, before you get too jokey, no, this is.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
So, this one like comes out of the ground as if it was like swimming, like, whoosh, and just pops out of the ground next to you, bursting from the earth. And it's not like there's a spray of earth that comes with it. The earth just like shifts out of the way to let them come out,
Just
and
like
they
a gopher
swim
hole
into
kind
the
of
air,
bigger.
and they kind of come 1.5 feet into the air and then settle back down as the earth closes around to be perfectly sealed.
He's standing where he came up.
Yep. And this one begins casting a familiar spell to all of you. You've seen it quite a few times over the past few years.
No.
as they utter a blasphemous word, and all of you need to make a mental effect save.
Oh, I thought they were gonna like steal Kareem's move and start flexing at us.
My
Flexing.
spells don't count versus mental, so good luck.
I'm
Nope.
sorry. Can you repeat what the actual check is so I can
Mental.
look? Well, mental. Okay, so I can watch while I roll and see if I can pass or not. No.
And so everyone has to make that one.
Let's just roll 1d20, right?
Yep.
And no pluses, no plus ones or intelligence.
If
Yep.
you
Everyone
stay, the
failed. We
fucking
can't-
die.
Can't break a
I'm
double
not good
digit.
at-
all unable to act for 3 rounds.
Yep.
But you all have 12 hit points.
Yeah, we're gonna need those 12 points.
I am definitely going to, seeing as this guy's going to take
We
3
can't
freaking
act,
bites
but
at
I
me.
can still talk, right?
No, you can't take any actions.
Can I glare? I really want to glare.
Sure.
I glare.
Hey, that's a nice. Can't do
I'm
nothing.
just like,
Are we just like the folks on Miranda where we just stop moving and just
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like
you
in my
stop
battle
moving.
rage and like getting the head from the last one off the end of my spear. This thing like flies up and then I just like freeze and I'm just like staring at it.
Yeah. I think that's what's happening. We're just. Am I thinking anything at this time, or am I completely
Sure.
shut?
Yeah, you can still
Okay.
think stuff.
I'm thinking, wow, it's a good thing I'm eternal right about now.
I'm thinking something like
Uh,
shit.
I'm thinking, what? Yeah. I'm thinking, how can I get wings?
Yeah, I bet also it's probably throwing me off because I was in like a battle rage, like, you know, really feeling it. I'm starting to panic now that I can't move.
Taking the mojo on. 3 rounds of torture.
Yeah. So that's gonna go by pretty quick. So the first round for everybody. I need Karim to make a mental effects save as this particular person is almost perfectly intact, and is wearing almost like Roman senatorial robes, except that they're like it's the same kind of fabric, but it's dark and almost navy blue with orange diamonds, with the hollow in it. So it's just a diamond.
Okay,
shape.
and what's the is it like it's just like I
It's
can
a
feel
mental
in my
effect.
brain.
Yeah, like they're looking at you, and you can hear a voice in your mind telling you to like let your rage go, like let it blind you.
Okay, I just like try to calm myself and I think of Naomi, and I roll a natural 2.
Aw.
Damn it! Look at these rolls. Oh, I guess yours is actually a D4, so that's perfectly normal. But
he
That means
loaded
better
our
rolls are
dice.
coming.
okay,
Better rolls are
so
coming.
that's 5 rounds of something even worse now.
And once you come out of your effect for the next 5 rounds, you see your allies as enemies and your enemies as allies.
So it'll be only 3 effective rounds of that.
No, it'll be 5 rounds. It's 7 total,
No.
and you have 2 more rounds of standing around doing nothing.
You already did the math.
Yep.
Thanks. Austin.
So as you all continue to stand there, this particularly vile sorcerer is like swaggering into the command center, and spends their turn like knocking all of your like maps and carefully placed tokens representing military force off the table, and then like snapping, and you can see all of these precious documents that are like trade tariffs and like bills of fare and intelligence reports, just like setting fire to the whole command center by snapping everywhere, and bursts of flame are appearing, and laughing maniacally. And on its third free turn of action, it
Here in real life, as a project manager, I would be pissed.
yeah, well, it's
Do you know how long it took me
I-
to put that project plan together? Do you know how to use Microsoft Project? God damn, no.
Good thing we backed up in our Swiss bank accounts and
I told you we should have been carving that into rock.
Do you know how long it takes to make a Gantt chart?
Oh, Gantt charts. Good stuff there. It moves to behind Naomi and prepares to like stab her in the gut. And it like walks up behind you and begins whispering things in Eternal in your ear. So what is your AC?
Oh, what does it say?
You can't hear it because it's whispering.
Curses.
And there's a battle going on outside.
You're whispering.
So what is Naomi's AC?
Working on that. I don't know. I don't have any armor.
Okay, so what's your dexterity modifier?
-1.
So your AC is 8.
Okay.
That's literally the worst it could be.
Great.
Yeah, they hit you in the back.
Oh, should me? Oh, I don't think
You take 5 points of damage as they just like sink this spear into your back, and then like put their booted foot on your back, and then like rip the spear out with this huge gout of blood, and then lick the end of the spear.
So we're stunned, but we can still make noises, right?
Well, it's actually your turn now.
Oh, I can actually move?
Yep.
Oh, but I just got stabbed in the back. Okay, so as I'm going down, because I'm assuming that's probably what's going to happen, as that's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, you've only taken 5 points of damage, so.
Oh, okay. Then
you probably have at least 12 points of health. I know that. So
yeah, I'm still good then. So
17 plus 12 total.
Yeah, I'm good.
-5.
I want to cast Find Mortality on him.
Okay.
And is there any way that I can get away from him?
You have to spend your action to disengage without provoking an attack.
Right, so I wouldn't be able to then.
That's correct.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I'm going to cast it on
so
him.
they get a saving throw versus magic, which they're pretty damn good at. And they're exactly that good.
Fuck.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're trying to look for a magical weakness in this thing, and it's just like,
You will pay.
So is there anything else you'd like to do?
I can't get away. I cast and failed, so no.
All right.
Yeah, I don't
Adelia,
know.
you're up. What would you like to do?
This is not magic, so I am hoping to capitalize on the fact that Eternals might recognize other Eternals. And I want to make him my buddy. I need a new BFF. So I'm gonna compel him. See how that goes. And it's a saving throw versus mental effect. And I tell him, hey, those are mine. That's mine. That's my food. You can't have those.
Okay. And which song is this?
This is called. This is the
Compelling
very
the
first
heart
one
of the
I've
friend.
heard. Yep. I convince you we have great friendship if it works. And they would act for them as they would reasonably perform for a good friend. And so if we were eternal buddies and I was like, hey, that's my food.
Yeah,
just-
so they
you
turn
just eat it?
their head towards you and say, ah. Well, actually, you don't speak Eternal, so they're just like, Iche chuna wanda topa takale.
So what do I understand?
Yeah, he's saying, I did not realize you lived here, noble one. Join me in the pillage of this place. I will leave these to you while I go cull the
you.
weak.
Thank you. Yes.
All right.
Or if I can speak. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You enjoy yourself out there. You
Okay.
have a good time. I'll see you soon. Okay.
All right.
Don't go too crazy. Save some for me.
Goffu, what are you doing when you hear this rather shocking statement where
Goffu's like, what the? Say what? Goffu's gonna do what Goffu do. He's gonna try to lightning bolt him.
Okay. And that is a save of some kind.
Evasion.
Right. Yeah, they do not make that save.
Damn, 5d6?
Yep, my level, cash level. I'm a wizard.
Yep. Yep, they die instantly.
Whew.
So I look to Naomi. No, not Naomi. Izzy. So
Evie.
what was that? Evie,
Evie.
my bad. Evie. What's that all about?
This stuff.
It's not the time. It's not the time, Goffu. People are dying. I never
Yeah,
rush out.
I murder people,
Take care of
Arthur.
you.
Humans. My turn.
Where's Karim?
So,
Naomi,
I
are
mean,
you
the
okay?
battle's definitely not over.
Yeah.
I just lost my notes that I prepared right before the session.
Better Goffu.
Oh, it's 4
Just
and...
consider me a very, very good griot. Okay, let's go.
So
Yeah,
let's see
yeah,
here.
of course. Griot, yes, indeed.
Hey,
I gotta
Arthur,
remember I have to do an accent now.
I have a question. That little 5 thing, does that turn into
Nope.
a 4 when my turn order goes through?
Sure. I mean, you have 5 rounds of it.
No. I mean, is it automated? Like that would be
No.
really cool if you could be like, if it just knew when the turn order went through.
There is scripts for that kind of stuff, but they're ridiculously complex.
Yeah.
And
That-
I
that
wouldn't want to have to deal with it. So Karim, you see 13 strong warriors of your nation appear on the southern line. All of them appear to be heading directly towards you to help reinforce your attack.
I can take them, Arthur.
Yeah. They're here to help you kill all
No,
the people
I'm-
inside the garrison.
Oh, good. Oh no, I thought you were saying there was 13, like, you know,
No, there's
Yeah,
13.
spears.
No, there's 13 strong warriors of the Eternal Nation here
Okay,
to
good,
aid you in
good.
killing
Okay,
the
so how many?
humans.
Okay, well
Wait.
they're in here, right?
No, they
Yeah.
got bottom.
There's like a dozen elderly or like civilians inside the barracks.
All right. Well, that sounds easy. I run into the barracks.
Okay, yeah. Let me just find a peasant icon for you to murder real quick. Go ahead and roll your attack. They have AC 8.
Ooh, Jesus, that's not gonna be pretty.
But you're gonna
It's
roll.
episode 3 all over
Oh.
again.
I mean, I can barely not hit people. And I mean, it's definite murder every time I roll.
I'm shouting at him. Where is Karim? Where are you? You hear?
You can hear me as I murder the townsfolk.
That does not sound good.
For honor.
I'm probably screaming like
Okay.
wildly and mindlessly without any words.
That sounds like Karim.
Yeah, so Kareem, you run inside and you immediately murder one of the people inside there.
Bam.
They're all like screaming in rage, just like, "What are you doing? Kareem, our king! Why are you
Kareem,
killing
no!"
us?" And like people are running into the corners.
No time to explain, only time to kill.
One guy's got like a
Something's
goat that he's
wrong
using as
here.
a shield to keep you away.
I try not to hurt the goat.
Debelia, I need you to stop them. I will get cream.
Right. I'll do it.
So they spend their whole turn moving to cut you guys off. That is a poorly placed object. There we go. They're all moving to like the closest entrances and exits of this place to keep you from being able to leave. And it looks like next turn they're all planning to just rush inside the garrison and murder everyone in there. Naomi.
So, as I can see that all the doors or the entrances and stuff are blocked, there's no windows in here
Everything
that
but
I
the
could get
north
out of.
side, and there is like a ladder up to the second level.
That I can get on?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that to get on the second level.
Okay. I mean,
Can
it's located
escape from the
towards
second level?
I'm sorry, what?
Do we know if we can escape from the second level?
Yeah, so the second level is like an open, like,
Yeah.
parapet archery level.
That's
There's
what-
no ceiling
sure.
up there. It's just like
That-
the
that-
roof is reinforced.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could like climb up there and then jump down. Yeah. Yeah, you climb up to the second level as part of your move. What do you
Okay.
want to do?
So I climb up there, I look to the skies, and I cry out extremely loud to the spirits. Terror, please help me. Disable him. Stop Karim from doing these things. Help me to stop him. He does not know what he's doing.
Your cries seem to fall on deaf ears as you hear yet another person screaming that Karim is stabbing them in the stomach.
My abs.
No.
I tried to tell Obama, but Obama was just like, let him go.
So, is there
What?
anything else you'd like to do, Naomi?
Yeah,
I
that was
can't
not
jump
from our
off
show.
in the same turn, can I?
If you're not doing anything else, you could do it in the same turn. You'll need
Alright.
to make an athletics roll.
Alright.
And this will be adding your dexterity.
Can't stop.
9.
Oh yeah, that's more than good enough. Yeah, you land in a pretty solid roll at the bottom to break the fall. Where do you want to move? You have another 60 feet of movement.
Into the door. Can I make it into the door and next to Karim?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
Okay. All right, Abelia.
Sure, fix the generator because I saw him come
Okay.
and then the generator turned off.
I tell
Turned off, he left. Not-
Goffu, you need to get out of here. Follow Naomi.
You see me like, but.
And I move to. This is a door here, Arthur, where the 3 slash marks are.
No, that's the ladder up.
Okay,
It's
that one
located
there.
in the
This
upper
is
left. The doors are like in the middle of every area, so.
okay. I'm looking at Eternals here. Then, right? They're this sort of in this.
Yeah, yeah, you're looking directly outside and you see Eternals
Okay.
in the streets waiting for you.
So yeah. So I walk to where they're coming in from,
Okay?
and I fortunately can't move that little thing. So move. But the idea is I would just essentially. These are my brothers. And if they recognize me as such, I want to see what happens, and I'll talk to them that way as well.
So you've been up. Have you been eating a human adult every 3 months?
Yes.
All right, we'll get into exactly who it is you're eating. Your
Early
regular
on-
infusions of blood are great, but
Yeah. Early on, I might have had been adverse to it and struggled, but it's been 3 years. I've got the hang of it.
so I mean, you don't speak Eternal, and they don't recognize you as being an Eternal because you look perfectly human.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, if you run up to them and are just speaking in trade speech or Meruan and asking them not to kill you, their first reaction is probably going to be to kill you.
That's the worst.
It would be fine.
Okay, so that's what you
And
want to
not-
do. You want to run
Yeah,
up there
not
and
necessarily. Yeah, just to make sure, so you guys know, I'm trying to draw the attention of all of them.
yes, that will almost undoubtedly work.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, buddies? I'm Evie. These are my people. Don't eat them. You're gonna want to listen to me. And I just speak Meru and trade speak. And if I've learned any Eternal over the course of the 3 years, I'll throw in a word or two.
Uh,
Like, ¿Qué paso, friends?
We're a 2.
Eternal is less like Egyptian and more like Spanish. I see.
They call it trade turnal, and it's just like a mix between the two.
It's basically taxi lingua.
Trade turtle. Yeah. That's
All right, Goffu, you've been told to get outside while
see
Abelia
Goffu.
sacrifices herself here.
You see Goffu head for the roof, like climb up the roof. Can I see them from the top of the roof?
Yeah, you can. You'll have to pick a side that you want to overlook.
I want to overlook.
The top
This
side.
side. This side. Can I go to this corner?
Sure.
Okay. And you see me. I gotta do my job. As I do another lightning bolt this away. Oh. Let me get the ruler. I guess hitting these 5.
Right, let me just make sure that's a thing you can do. What was it called? Of like shattering the void or something?
Okay, let me.
Terror of
look at-
Veils. Got it.
Okay.
You get 1 target a level.
Yep.
And you can arc it. So you want to hit 5 of them. Which
Yeah, I'm
5 do
trying-
you want to hit?
I'm probably gonna hit these 5 because they're the most line right now.
Okay.
Dude, you could get most of the peasants. Why aren't you helping me?
I like your commitment to role playing.
Yeah, I like his commitment too.
Yeah, the first you save. But you managed to still blast all 5 of them.
Do any of them have bows and arrows?
Nope.
Oh,
You have
thank
to
God.
roll twice. Okay. All of them are watching as you blast this lightning blast, and 5 of these Eternals just instantly puff into like clouds of black smoke as their bodies are electrocuted beyond imagining.
You see, when I do this, my hair turns completely white, and my eyes go like completely white every time I do this. As I harness rage, I'm
Karim,
storming it up.
Yeah.
what do you want to do? You got a nice target standing behind you. Just
No,
like
I already got a
screaming at you
lot of
right
like
now.
momentum running this direction.
I don't know. This one's like standing behind you, screaming
Like
your name.
right behind you, screaming at you,
Yeah, but
like shaking your clothes.
I had like a, good momentum.
Thanks for the host,
Momentum.
Eric Vulgaris. Welcome,
Maybe one more.
Bulgarians.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously just they're all enemies to me. That one's the closest one.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
I'll attack. It's 8, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I like draw back my like shining fire sword, and I swing it at my wife and the love of my life and the queen. And of course it's a hit.
Yeah.
And the considerable amount of damage.
Gonna roll double 6s again.
No, 8.
Okay, I'm still good.
Ibelia, you're gonna get. Do you have a melee weapon?
Yeah, I have a short sword.
Okay, you're gonna get
At
3
least
attacks.
that. If I didn't take anybody else's weapon in the 3 years, I thought I remember that with Karim, you took the flaming sword and I took my sword back.
Yeah,
I took a regular sword.
You get 3 attacks as all 3 of them immediately turn and begin running. And all of the Eternals on the battlefield immediately begin to leave the area. It's not really clear what's triggered this. Like, no one began shouting retreat in Eternal, but all of them have suddenly begun breaking off.
Hey!
So if you want to take those attacks, they have AC 7.
Yes!
You roll
I've not done this
D20
before.
plus your attack bonus and 7.
I don't think I get an attack bonus. Wait.
You definitely have at least some attack bonus.
Yeah, that's right.
So you add your strength modifier and then your class's attack.
Yep. Okay. That's a Grio. Sorry, let me just find this page. And I don't have a strength bonus, so I don't have to worry about that one.
Okay.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Alright, here we go. My attack bonus is... Give me something good. It's good. I don't know what it is. Okay.
Let's see here. At level 5, griots get a +4.
Just got it. Thank you, Arthur. Yep, there it is. Level 5 +4. No strength bonus, so just roll.
So it's +4 +8. And you get to do it 3 times.
1d20 +4. And then does a short sword do anything?
No. And it's +4 +8, so it's a total of 12.
Oh, total of 12.
Yep.
What's the +8 for?
For their AC. Their AC is
Oh,
super
okay.
high.
Gotta get over 20.
Oh, ew.
And
Hey!
then you get to roll twice more for the other 2.
Same numbers?
Yep.
Oh my god.
That's super improbable.
The likelihood of another one went down, though.
Okay, you get to roll your damage 3 times.
Short sword.
You don't have any strength bonus, so you don't add anything to that. Just your weapon damage.
Short
And
sword
no
is
crit, right?
6?
I
Straight up.
think a short sword is a d6, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up d6s. That's it, right? 1d6 plus that.
Yep.
Well, if at least I get 1 point. Okay, go. 2 points. 2 points. 4 points!
Okay, tell me how you destroy the last one as it's getting away.
I
Away.
I think of where would be the weakest point on these folks. Trying to think, where.
They
Where
have
did they
all the
stack
same
themselves
vulnerabilities
up?
humans have.
Yeah. So I go. Yeah, I have a penchant for the neck, I think. So yeah, let's just stick with that. Stick with what I know. That's what I go for.
Okay. All right. Naomi. What do you
Yes.
want to do? It's your turn.
Motherfucker.
You've just been slashed at by your husband, the king.
Yeah. I need to check on this thing real quick.
And Arthur, did I get hit 3 times?
No. So they're like not disengaging. They're running away at full speed.
Got it.
So
That
you
was
got
it.
opportunity attacks on them.
Got it. Okay.
And now it's her turn again? No, it's
It's
Naomi.
Naomi's turn, and then it's Abelia's. So Naomi, what's happening?
I'm going to cast a spell. Maybe. Hold on, I gotta find it first.
Okay, Abelia, do you know what you want to do? Since you act at the same time.
Yes, I'm on the ground. I'm going to head towards where I heard the screaming coming from that I believe was Karim slaughtering people.
Yep.
And I yell at Goffu, "Get to the chopper! Help me! Help us with Karim!"
Okay. Yeah, you run to the open door frame where you can see Karim
Something
like
wrong
pulling
with
his
Karim.
sword out of Naomi's shoulder.
Fine.
So what do you want to do, Abelia?
Oh, I can do something else that
Yep.
wasn't that
Yep,
pick
you
up
just
my
moved.
double.
Move.
You still have
Great.
a turn.
Oh my gosh, this dude. I
Get
Jump
them
on.
out of here!
What did Naomi say?
I'm telling her to get the peasants out of here. Get them out of this room.
That's what. Yes. So follow me, and then I will actually try to restrain. Oh no, he's up there. You're the purple thing, right?
I've got him, yeah.
Okay, never mind. I will. You guys come with me, and I cast a spell on you.
So
The purple guy.
Oh man.
What spell are you casting? Did you say you're casting a spell?
Yes, it is the one called the Praise the Fearless Defender. So she gets a lower armor class and -1 point of damage.
Okay, how much lower on the armor class?
Also -1.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Naomi, you feel somewhat stronger as Abelia begins singing your praise. What do you want to do?
I'm casting Kindle of the Heart on Karim.
Okay.
Already did, love. Already did.
Thumbs down vote.
And what it does is it nudges the emotions of the subject, inclining them to the Marabout's desires, or Marabou's desires. The spell is so discreet that it may be cast as part of a normal conversation, granting the Marabou +2 and a single social interaction skill check. There's no saving throws against its effect, so he cannot save against it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to plead to him to drop his sword and to stop what he's doing. You know, as I'm bleeding out from my shoulder, and you know, I'm sure with the way the sword is, it's covered in blood, the ground's covered, and I'm just
Covered
gonna
in blood
plead to
and fire.
him. Yeah, blood and fire. So, you know, I'm just gonna plead to him, my husband, please, please, you must understand what you're doing is not, it's not of you. It's of dark magics.
Okay. Make your persuade check. Yeah, gosh. I don't really know what to do this against. I think it's gonna have to be super hard. It's gotta be like a 12. Something nearly impossible.
Okay,
because
so-
Karim sees you as an enemy. And
Speak
we've
to his
already seen
heart.
Karim is basically merciless.
So
He
if
just
I have a
murders
2 in
guards.
persuade,
Okay, and you add charisma as well.
so +2 plus my charisma
Yep.
mod. Okay. +2 more for the spell.
Sure.
12?
Yep.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Yeah, Karim, you feel the need to stop attacking Naomi.
Yeah, I just dropped the fire sword and like collapsed to my knees in front of her.
And I fall with him, like my arms around him, you know, kind of like.
Hey Arthur, do I see where the Eternals are hitting?
Yeah, they're all heading south and east.
Okay, can I hit some before they leave? Because I have a 240-foot range.
I mean, you can hit some for one round.
Okay, because I
I mean,
saw like
I'm not gonna. Yeah, you can do it. I'm not gonna like count it up. I'm not gonna be like, yes, you've killed 5 of them, because you can see in a distance there's like almost 100 of them out there. There's
Yeah,
a
but that's
significant
5
army that's
less.
not retreating.
but that's 5 less we have to deal with.
Sure.
It's my gerb.
So the rest of the gentlefolk of the community begin edging away from where Karim and Naomi are holding each other on the floor. With in the background, we like see the flaming sword like clattered to the ground. The flames are still going on, and like the blood from the peasant who Karim decapitated is like getting into the flames and like quenching it a little bit. And that's when little Karim and little Naomi comes out. Well, tell us about this child that you have.
Oh my goodness,
What?
Was it twins?
there's a baby.
No.
You guys
we-
had a kid, right?
Yeah, the baby is probably in here, right? This is where everyone is.
No, the
Right.
baby is down in the vault with a man named Ubuntu,
Okay.
who's like the last
Uncle,
defender.
Uncle Ubuntu. I was thinking that now, Arthur, you guys, if you're not cool with this because we didn't really go over it, but like we, as Merowins, Abelia and I had like the mini fathers as part of our culture, but I didn't have many fathers because I was like a shepherd way out in the middle of nowhere. But here we don't do that anymore, but everyone has tons of uncles to keep like the
Ooh.
community
Many uncles.
tight
Uncles
knit.
and aunts. Yeah.
So he's with Uncle Ubuntu. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And then, you know, as the battle has ended, Ubuntu has like released the kids early to come up, and the young scampling has come up here. So tell us about this child. Who are they?
All I want to say, I think that her name is Hope. But why don't you just take it from there, Gamer Siren?
So this little child comes bounding up. She's got beautiful green eyes and ringlets of like a brown red hair. Uh, her smile, although she's very tiny, is very infectious and, spreads across her face as she runs up to her mother and father, who are covered in blood, laying on the ground. And
Yeah.
she runs up, starts bawling because,
Yeah.
So yeah,
she's not
she
used
comes
to
running
this.
up and she's like, Kareem, what happened? And one of the villagers behind you is like, your father murdered that man.
I'm
Stay
just
away
like-
from him, Hope. He's dangerous.
Is it Hope? Stay back. He's right. I've been cursed.
EB will swoop in and pick up the baby. I'm assuming Auntie EB is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we never let the creepy Eternal touch the kid, as a rule. No.
God.
God.
She'd be the best. She'd
No,
be
no,
seriously
if
be the best
it's-
godmother ever. She'd never
It's
die.
only when we're getting
Never
towards
die.
the end of that 3-month period, we just don't like her to hold the baby. You
Yeah,
get a little
no,
nervous.
And then she's
She's
too
really hungry.
Small. I do make jokes about
It's
that.
like a little
I did. I'm
snack
like,
for Abelia.
give it a few more years, and then
Oh,
you may be on my
no.
radar.
Oh no.
Um,
Then I'll grab her, I'll soup her up and say, it's okay, baby.
It's so bad.
So
Mommy
many
and Daddy
things
were fighting the
tonight.
bad guys.
Just if you're on YouTube, just give this video a dislike real quick. Go ahead and hit the thumbs down button.
On the eating the baby?
Oh no.
No, not even that. Just the whole situation I found myself in all
Or-
night. Ah.
Saving
You know,
hope.
normally I tell people to upvote the video, but this time,
it actually does the exact same thing as far as YouTube's concerned. Has the same effect on the algorithm.
oh my, I didn't know that, Virgil.
It's pretty funny.
Or did I?
I've got the baby. Naomi, you've got your husband. Kareem, everybody's bleeding-ish.
Mm.
Or maybe
Uh,
not.
See,
depending on
see
the trope.
Goffu haven't came in there. He's like on like in a corner and the thing just drinking.
Yeah, I'm actually untouched, completely unscathed. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, Uncle Goffu, take the baby. I'll take care of the people because they are not liking Kareem right now. I need to get them out of that space.
You know, Gofu's like nowhere near there. He's like still on the top of the roof.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't come in? I thought you said you came in. Okay, never mind.
No, I'm
Uh,
still out here drinking in the corner, just like, you know, like
Uh,
I
after
would
you,
take the baby and take the people out of the room.
When I come out of it, am I like okay to like move around and stuff, or am I like? Yeah. Okay. So I would like to go and wash the blood of my people off of my body
Okay.
down at the river.
Okay, so while you're down by the river, you see Raugo Ruko currently like hitting Ubuntu with a stick. And Ubuntu is everything you would expect out of someone who used to be an Oba, you know. He's rather well-rounded in the middle section, even though times have been hard on food out here. He wears extremely expensive clothing that has kind of more or less been, you know, destroyed over the course of 3 years of hard work, and like no resupply. But he does his best to try to remain like a regal, noble presence. And Raugu's just like hitting him with the stick and says, Ubuntu, I told you to leave the kids down there. I don't know if it's safe. Wait until we secure the area. Foolish idiot. And Ubuntu is just like, you're going to want to stop hitting me with that at some point, Ruko, or I'm going to stick it right back up your ass where it belongs.
Oh my gosh.
And then, like, both of them see Kareem come around the corner and begin washing the blood off of himself. And they both kind of stop what they're doing and straighten up and just watch and wait for you to say something. They're kind of pretending this conversation that you just had.
Yeah. So I like regard them a few times while I'm like splashing myself with the cold river water. And I say, I like turn to like walk back, and I say, Raugo, the safety of the children is important, but everyone else's health is also. Why don't you give me that stick? And I like take the.
So Ragu is like, "You're not going to be taking my spear anytime soon, King."
Oh, it's a spear.
Yeah, he's hitting him with the wooden part of the spear.
Oh, I thought he was just hitting him with like a stick.
No.
I wouldn't take his spear. So yeah, I just like maybe I just like tap his spear instead to like signal just put it down.
So he's like, "You want me to put down the spear then, Karim?
Just like,
Not in your life. We have much to discuss, my king, when you have the time. With the map room burned and all of our documents gone, it's going to be some time before we get any intelligence working again. But it's clear we can't allow these attacks to continue. And there's been the issue of missing villagers from time to time. You've been ignoring my requests on this issue. It's time to discuss it." And when he says that, you see Ubuntu is just like, no, we don't need to discuss this at all. Come now.
I'm like, what do we need
Sometimes
to
people
discuss?
just wander out into the desert and probably get eaten by Eternals. There's nothing to it.
Maybe not in
we
the desert.
we have plenty more to worry about than people going missing when we have incredibly powerful Eternals casting spells on our warriors and coming in and destroying all of our records. It is a tragedy today, but right now we concentrate on the safety of the town. These hearings, if you want to speak later, we can have a meeting about the missing people. Now is not the time. Also not the time for punishments for mistakes under duress.
Yeah, so you've given him an open finally, and Raugo leans forward and adjusts his eye patch and says, "So, tomorrow afternoon then, hearings for the missing villagers. Once I've gotten the scouts reports back and we know where we stand."
Depending on the reports, yes. I believe Goffu may have sent the Eternals back into their lands, but if they come back in greater numbers, we will need to be prepared.
So he just kind of gives you a very fake bow and says, "My king," and goes wandering off to the east and is shouting for the scouting unit to come back to him.
Okay, yeah, and washed of blood. I'm calling for. Let's see here. Do we have an actual medicine person, or just the healing powers of our
I can heal myself.
Velia? Oh, you do have healing. Okay.
Yeah, I have healing.
So I think we can save the second half of this for the second half of the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last scene before we go to commercial break is Karim heading back. And we've got Goffu joining Karim, Abelia, and Naomi as Ubuntu comes up. And it's like having four friends stand around and have a conversation, and then that kind of weird guy from down the hall shows up and is like, "Hey guys, it's me, Ubuntu." And that's what we'll come back to. So we'll be back in about 7 minutes for another 2 hours of Spears of the Dawn. Prepare for more drama and probably more cringeworthy stuff.
Cringeworthy.